Hi, my name is Leva, and I'm here with my colleague Yanis. And before we start, I wanted to introduce myself. In our team, I mostly deal with organizational and administrative things. But in this year's Christmas party we had with our colleagues, we had a remote Christmas party. I got a nomination award Fairy Godmother. And if that's how my colleagues see me, then I'm good with this job title. Among other things, I'm also involved in facilitating our company's involvement in charitable activities. And lately, I'm also putting forward some new suggestions or on where we could direct our support. But why am I telling you all this? Well, during these 15 minutes, we wish to highlight our experience of being a member of Pledge 1% movement. And we also hope to show how easy it actually is to give back to your community and make a positive impact on the world, and at the same time, maybe even a bigger impact on your team. So what is this Pledge 1% movement I'm talking about? The idea behind it is that any company of any size can give back. And the best way how to do it is by integrating this giving back in form of 1% of company's profits or employee time. It can be technology, equity, pro bono, expertise, all of those things together, or just one of them, whatever suits best for your business. eazyBI has committed to be member of this movement for several years now. And we got the encouragement from Atlassian, that is also an active member. And although there have been many different initiatives and projects and nonprofits that we have supported, when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, we can actually see how all of them fall under two main areas of interest, or two major sectors. Maybe you can guess what those sectors are. I can give you a hint that one of them is actually a top priority in the world, and 35% of all global donations go to supporting this particular sector. Well, while you can make your guess in this mini poll that you see right now, and while you still make your guess, I will continue with the other one, which is environment. I think the turning point was when we decided to calculate our annual carbon footprint from our business travels. So just flying to the events. What we got was a carbon footprint equivalent to what 12 people living in Germany emit per year. I don't know if it's a lot, but that year we did this offsetting of our carbon footprint by donating to a renewable energy project. But more importantly, I saw how slowly we change our choices and make them more conscious. For example, we eliminated all printed documents. We give firsthand to local suppliers. We choose edible gifts. And we also order swag with less packaging. And I also see how this mindset passes on individual level. For example, a few weeks ago, I chatted with my other colleague, Yanis, about which is the best online store for recycled material clothing or have a fair trade certificate. And some of us inspired each other to start mini waste composting projects in our city apartments, and we shared the best practice. And sometimes I really feel like my colleagues are my little environmentalist group-minded people. So that's about the environment, but let's look at your answers about the other sector. And I see that most of you are right, because it's education. And Yanis, as we continue with education, can you tell us more about your recent experience as a mentor for school teachers?
Yeah, so I participated in an 8-month-long program during which my task was to help STEM teachers to learn the basics of web development. We all probably know the typical benefits of charity, like plenty of karma points and feeling good about the deed. So today I'll speak about 3 extra benefits I gained by doing this. During our careers, we rarely look back at things we learned when we started out, and we never really have a reason to do so. Plus, our technology stack nowadays are quite complex, and it's hard to pinpoint gaps in our knowledge that ultimately hinders our growth. So the first benefit was revisiting fundamentals with my current experience. By doing so, I discovered parts that I missed when I was learning and or just couldn't comprehend at the time. Plus, I learned new things that were dependent on my missing knowledge. The second benefit was learning a new technology stack. Since Python is widely used in academia, majority of mentors decided to go with a basic Python web stack. And for years, I was curious about learning Python a bit more, but I just always stuck at the basic tutorials since it was too similar to Ruby, which I'm familiar to. And I just ended up learning more Ruby instead. But thanks to this program, I had no choice but to learn Python well enough to be able to mentor the teachers. And the third benefit was the environment. I had to work with different mentors from different backgrounds, like large corporations and academia. And it felt like an extremely long hackathon where we were constantly trying to find common ground. And doing so challenged my understanding of bigger picture of the program and filled in a few gaps in my knowledge. All in all, I learned a lot during this charity, and mentoring teachers was quite an experience. So I hope I will have get a chance to do more educational charity in the future.
Yeah, actually, a lot of our teammates are active in taking mentoring duty in hackathons. Some are giving lectures to local startup community and even examining bachelor thesis for university students. We have also given scholarships for students so that they could participate in international programming contests. But this year, when COVID kicked in, we quickly reacted to the fact that a lot of school kids don't have a device to properly participate in online classes. That was the new reality. So with other local companies, we helped some schools to buy those devices so that the kids can properly participate in their class. But it somehow also encouraged us to speak more about the remote work, the reality of working remotely. And it ended up with some of us participating to even a nationwide discussions. And while they were participating in those discussions, other colleagues were watching them online and cheering up. And at that moment, I realized that education is something that our team is excited about contributing to. And it's a cause that we all relate to. In fact, when you do your regular job duties, um, you can, it, you, it somehow gives you a feeling that it contributes to something more than just to the company's profits. And I think it's a good way how you can make a bigger sense of why you do that you do at work.
Yeah, and I encourage anyone to donate your time to any form of meaningful charity. You may even view it as an investment, since you will most likely get more from it than you will give.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I hope that you could get a little inspiration and a little notion about us, about eazyBI team. Because every year we try to squeeze in this community event a small so-called soft subject presentation that is focused on our team more than on eazyBI tool itself. And since we cannot meet each other, but this event is all about community, then we hope that at least we can build some connection by sharing what's on our minds, what is important for us, and somehow letting you know us better. So thank you for listening.